Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, June the 5th. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day, and happy bullish to the moon day. We have had a really strong market last couple days. We hit new all-time highs in the NASDAQ, in the S&P. We did not in the Dow, and we did not in the rut, but S&P and NASDAQ are, on a tear to the moon, and we'll look at the charts here in just a second. Well, there's NASDAQ right there, and there's the rut, and then of course this is the ES. I like to focus on the ES because I primarily trade the SPX and base most of the levels on the ES to trade the SPX. So anyway, again, big day today. The ES was up 62 points. Just a crazy day, and that is on the back of a lot of craziness we've had. I'll do a 5-day chart here, and we'll start here. So we have just had a lot of back and forth. The whipsaw action is real. Here we're going down, 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 down. The voodoo lines are very important. Let's take, we'll keep this in mind. That green line is a voodoo tree line. So we come down and we're chopping around that line. We get going again. We're going to take off, and then we get huge flush down last Friday. Big flush down, big face ripping rally all the way back up. And as you can see, that's 52.05 up to 53.05. That's a 100-point move last Friday, low to high, coming off of 50 points, 60 points actually straight down. Like straight down, straight back up. Crazy, especially this part was just crazy move. Algorithms with short covering can be a potential combination there, right? So then we come in on Monday. This is Monday here. The black is the cash session. The gray is the overnight session. Straight back down all the way to, you got it, right to the tree line and right back up. This is face ripping off stuff, trying to trade this stuff. Now, I'm in a couple of the different rooms at Simpler, and I know a lot of us are making some really good money trading this stuff, but you got to be really nimble and very quick, and you have to drink your Pepto-Bismol while you're trading this stuff, because it is nerve-wracking. It's been pretty good, but as far as making money, but I prefer the this kind of chart where we're just buying the dips and it's momentum and all that kind of stuff. Here you got momentum going down, momentum going up. Your signals are all crossed, on both directions. You have to get down on much smaller time frames to trade it. But again, it's been working. But let's take this and we'll go out. This is a 5-day chart. Let's go to a 20-day chart, and it even shows more the craziness that we've had here. Again, 20 days ago we were at 51.88. Again, this is ES, and we come back up. We keep revisiting the green tree line here. Now this is a skyline, and these are based on Elliott wave with a little splash of Fibonacci in there with them. But as you can see, we come back up, or here we are all over back and forth. There is a zone. See how it's crazy how the trading works, right? Now we broke through it here and through it here, but that was as we were getting ready to launch. We come to the tree line here, skyline. The blue line is skyline. Come to skyline, touch it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, come through it, and we come back down, and then again we're all over tree line down here and come in and just touch it right there, and then we're off to the races again, right through it. This is the all-time high, 5368. Look where we are right now, 67. We're there. We're basically there. In the SPX, we did take out by a pretty good margin. That was the all-time high right there, and we took it out just handily, easily, right? And then if we look at NDX, took it out. There you go, easily. and NQ took it out right there. So, everything's great, right? And I'm in, I'm in our bias room, our trading room. I'm in our main room, and of course the action has been in Nvidia. That is a whole lot to do, in my opinion, with what's going on, with the market. If you didn't see it, Nvidia is now a $3 trillion company. It just overtook Apple. $3 trillion company, kind of crazy. We had on a 1200, actually a call debit spread from Monday. There's Monday. Put a call debit spread on at 1200. I closed it today. It's been great, but this Nvidia trades on NASDAQ. This has been driving the NASDAQ, and the reason, we've outrun all of our voodoo lines above that. I need to update those, but I think we've outrun even the updates up here. But I'll switch these over to the 34 EMAs, a little bit cleaner, I guess, to see. But if you don't know, and I'm sure you probably do, that Nvidia is going to split, right? And Nvidia is going to split 10 for 1 on Monday. So Friday, I was targeting a lot of us. We had all kind of different butterflies and all kind of different stuff around 1200. The volume was piled up there. It looked like it was pretty easy layup that we were going there, and that's probably what drove, not only us, but all traders were looking at the same thing, thinking going to run into this split because it's really hard for most people to buy $1,000 stock, right? But once it splits, it'll be a $100 stock, and people will buy it all day long. But what will also happen, and you saw this with all the stocks. I mean, you saw it with Tesla, Apple, Google, Amazon, on down the line. They are super good trading stocks, and then when they split, they kind of go dormant, basically. They don't move much, because a big move on a $100 stock might be $1 or $2 instead of 50, 60, 80 bucks during a day, that kind of thing. And mathematically, it's the same thing, but and from a psychological standpoint, it people want to buy this into the split because they think they're getting, they're getting a deal. Maybe that's the best word. And mathematically, you're really not, but psychologically, you are, and that psychology is what drives those prices, right? So I don't dismiss it because it's a real thing. It happens on every stock. But anyway, this, keep an eye on this. It'll be real interesting to see what happens tomorrow and Friday if we keep up this crazy pace that we're going, because, again, let's switch back here to the S&P. Oops. Switch to the S&P or the ES. If we look at this, I mean, these are big moves, right? So our expected move, like say Monday, the expected move on the week was like 60 points. We got 60 points today in one day. So the magnitude of this move is pretty crazy. And notice, what are we running into? Overhead resistance right there, right? Might we fail at that? Yeah, we might. NASDAQ, and we're just above it there, and that, I've got a lot of resistance above us here in the NASDAQ. But if Nvidia keeps going tomorrow, and it very well could, NASDAQ goes higher, it will drag up the ES, and we'll keep going here. But be careful. I think we're getting pretty extended here. I'm having a hard time seeing too much more upside here without some kind of, even if it's shallow pullback. So just be careful. And lastly, keep in mind the bigger thing is that next week, the reason I was bullish was not because of Nvidia, it was because of what's happening next week. Next Wednesday, we've got CPI before the open. After the close, or not after the close, at 2 o'clock Eastern, we've got Fed meeting next Wednesday, 1 week from today. And then we've got PPI on Thursday. We got payrolls on Friday. So there's a lot of economic data coming up in the next week, and I think that will be bullish. And that's what I was positioning. That's why mainly I was positioning bullish over the last several days, week, whatever. And it's been great, but I think a lot of that might have to do with Nvidia. But anyway, that is what I've got for us. I don't really have any suggestions because this market, is so, we saw from those charts the whipsaws up and down. I'm having a harder and harder time. I've been bullish, so I'm long, and I took some off today, and I'll probably, if we hit, I think we could hit 5,400 in SPX by Friday. If we do, I will be lightening up the load and maybe putting a little hedging on the downside kind of thing. And I'm not expecting a big crash at all, anything like that, because the Fed's probably going to be a little bullish or dovish, and probably could keep us going higher. We'll know 1 week from today after Fed meeting, but anyway, that is what I've got. So be nimble. Watch for these data points that are coming out. Very important on Friday, very important on Wednesday and Thursday next week, to see what happens and what the Fed reaction to that is. And that will in large part tell us, if we're going to continue this higher or if we're going to not continue. So that's what I got for today. If I can help you, let me know. I'm in the main room several times a week at Simpler Trading. I'm in the bias room every day at Simpler Trading. So let me know if I can help. Thanks for your time, guys. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me